Hello, guys. I'm just waking up a little bit ago. I've actually been awake. Actually, that's a lie. I've been awake for like a couple hours now, at least. But yeah, I guess I have a little bit to talk about. First of all, I had a super negative thing happen to me yesterday. I'm pretty upset about it. I got approved recently, 2 days ago, for a continuous glucose monitor, which I think I showed you in a video a couple days ago. But basically, it's on my arm and it checks my blood sugar every minute. It lasts for 14 days, and then you swap it to a new monitor, and then that lasts for 14 days, etc., etc. The pharmacy gave me a month's supply, which is two 14-day sensors. And the first sensor, when I was taking my shirt off to take a shower the other day, um, snagged on the sensor and ripped it off of my arm. And that was only one day after I placed it on my arm. So instead of lasting 14 days, it only lasted me one day because you can't reapply it once it's already been taken out. I was pretty upset about this because I didn't mean for that to happen. So I shrugged it off. I put the new applicator on. I took my shower, went to work. When I was at work, I was about to start my work. It wasn't even a full hour since I applied that second sensor, and I felt something drop in my sleeve. And when I opened up my sleeve, the sensor fell out. I don't know how that fell out because I didn't snag it on anything, it just fell out. My assumption is that when I applied it and then took a shower, maybe the water loosened up the adhesive and it just fell off. I don't know. But it's supposed to be water resistant for up to 30 minutes as long as you don't, and you're not supposed to submerge it for 3 feet. I looked at the instruction books and everything on it. So it's supposed to be safe to take a shower with. So unless it's just because I placed it and then immediately got into the shower, it didn't have time to like adhere to my skin as well. I don't know. But long story short, both sensors, instead of lasting me 28 days, lasted me less than 1 or 1.5 full days. Um, and now I'm out of sensors, so I can't use my continuous glucose monitor. It's not on my arm anymore. So that was a really big downer that happened to me yesterday. And I'm trying to deal with it. I called the pharmacy yesterday because they were open until 5 on Saturday. And said what happened. They said that basically on Monday they would call the insurance company and see if they could refill the prescription early because it had been removed. So I I have to wait till Monday to see if I can get another one and if the insurance will pay for it. Another option I have is to contact the company directly, and perhaps they will send me a new one, which apparently the pharmacist says they're pretty lenient or liberal about doing because they want people to use them. And when stuff like this happens, they try and accommodate for it and help out so that you aren't like stuck without using them or whatever. I don't know. Long story short, I'm gonna find out on Monday if I need to contact the company or not. Sorry. Anyway, so that happened. I got off of a 25.5 hour fast last night, just after midnight. Um, it wasn't very difficult. I honestly wasn't even hungry. I had to force myself to eat a little bit. When I broke my fast, me and my brother, after we hit the gym, we went to Sherry's, and I think I broke my fast with a country fried steak, um, some hash browns, which I probably should have avoided. And then instead of pancakes, I asked them just for a couple more eggs. So I got 4 eggs instead of 2 eggs and two pancakes. That way I avoided a lot of the super sweet syrup and carbs from the pancakes. So at least I limited it a little bit, and I got more protein and fat from the eggs. Um, My blood sugar at the end of my fast and after my 1 hour of cardio at the gym got down a little bit lower yesterday. It was probably about one. I don't know exactly. I'll have to look at the glucose monitor, which I'm about to open up now. But I want to say it was like 115, 120 last night. I'm looking at it now. 110. So it got down to 110 at just before 1 a.m. when I was done with my workout and I tested it while I was in the car. And then when I went and ate, it shot up to about 200 something, like 220 or something. Last night after I checked it a couple hours, I still took my insulin and everything, and it's just fine. At about 3 a.m., which I guess is when I went to bed, it was about 214, and the insulin and stuff had kicked in, so it started to go down from an initial level after the meal of 227. So overall, the blood sugar levels haven't gone insanely high, like up to the 400s or something. I did at the end of the night intake some weed again because at this point it's a habit, but I also enjoy it, and it also, like I said, helps me get to sleep. That caused me to have the munchies again because I have a severe like munchie reaction to weed when I do use it. I ate a few of those Girl Scout cookies again. Not really much. Like I didn't go through a whole pack of it like I used to do a long time ago. I had maybe 2 Girl Scout cookies. I had a little bit of my leftover chocolate, and then I polished off the remainder of my meal that I talked about from Sherry's. So I did have some sugar at the end of the night, and it was kind of like, definitely not good sugar. It wasn't good carbohydrates like vegetables. It was candy and a cookie, so highly processed, definitely not good for me. I need to cut those out of my diet, and I need to do as much as possible to avoid consuming them. And when I'm on weed, I definitely feel like I'm not able to control my actions as well. So again, this is the third video in a row I've stated that I am thinking about it, and I'm getting more and more close to the conclusion that I need to stop weed because I don't want to ruin the diet that I'm working on. Like it's not ruining it. You can still consume carbs, and even if they're bad carbs like candy and stuff, you can still do it in moderation. But I'm trying to cut that out completely. And in order to do that, I think I have to keep my wits about myself enough to where I'm not getting the munchies and just saying, screw it, I'll eat whatever. So I think as of today, I'm officially declaring that I'm going to stop that. I'm going to remove it from my room. I think I'm going to get rid of it completely. Maybe give it to my brother because I know he smokes. And I'm going to approach that from more of a, I don't know. I don't know the words I'm trying to say, but I'm going to approach that differently moving forward so that I can control my dietary habits a little bit better. I'm kind of bummed about the glucose monitor, man, because I really wanted to see how my fasts is affecting my blood sugar levels on more than just a periodic basis where I'm checking it with my blood sugar through my finger sticks. I'd like to see how working out at the end of my fast is affecting my blood sugars. Obviously, they're dropping, but I want to see by how much, from what level they're dropping and stuff. And I guess I can kind of see that with the periodic test because I can go back into my glucose monitor here that I do from blood. And when I was at work at 9:59 p.m., it was 150. And then when I got out of work at 11:05, I tested my blood sugar in the car again, and it was 153. So it seems at the end of a 25-hour fast, it seems to be maintaining about a 150 blood sugar level. And then when I worked out after the 1 hour of cardio, it dropped to 110 from 150. So it dropped about 40 points of blood sugar. And it's still technically above the normal range, which is 70 to 100. So that's kind of the update with me. Nothing big other than that has changed since yesterday. Um, I'm back on my fasting diet again. Fasting diet. I'm back on my fast again, is what I'm trying to say. I've been fasting right now for about 9 hours. It's currently 12:30 noon, and I can technically, if I'm shooting for the 16-hour mark, eat starting around 7:30 tonight. So I have work from 6 to 10 p.m. tonight, and I'll be at work at that time. What I'll probably do is, instead of breaking my fast at 16 hours at just before 8 p.m. While I'm at work, I'll probably wait again until I'm done with work. I'll go to the gym again towards the end of my fast, because that's when I'm in ketosis, and I'll get the most benefit from the workout because it'll be using my fat cells' energy instead of carbohydrates in my blood for energy during that workout. So it'll give me the most benefit. Also, I forgot to talk about weight the last few videos I talked about. When I started this diet a little over a week ago, and the exercise routine that I also started about a week ago, I was at 220 pounds. Since then, yesterday, towards I guess the middle of my fast, I weighed in on my scale at home, and I was at 213.6 pounds. So I've gone down, what is that, about 6 pounds, a little over 6 pounds in a little over a week. Something to keep in mind is when you first start fasting after not fasting for a long time, your body does release a lot of water from the cells that it empties of fat or glucose or whatever. When it breaks down the fat cells and uses it for energy, it releases water as a byproduct. So a lot of the weight that you see you lose in the first week, which is usually a significant amount, like in this week, it's been about 6 pounds, which in 1 week is a lot to lose, generally speaking. A lot of that is water weight, so you take it with a grain of salt. Yes, you lost that weight, but it's not fat weight that you're losing. All 6 of that pounds is not fat weight. I might have lost some fat weight, but a good majority of that might be water, especially in the first week. So you have to kind of like take it with a grain of salt and just keep checking your weight once a week. And if in the second or the third week you don't lose as much as you did that first week, don't get discouraged, because it's not that your diet is being less effective than before. It's just not showing that water weight that you lost quite as much, because you've already lost the water weight, and now the weight that you're losing after the first or second week is primarily fat weight, which is what you want to lose. As this progresses, I'm going to have to keep an eye on my blood sugar level, which is why that continuous glucose monitor is going to be really handy, because with the amount of insulin and stuff I'm on, the thing that you're kind of scared about is low blood sugars when you're fasting. And as the the insulin sensitivity increases in my body from the fast that I'm doing, there's a higher chance that the high amounts of insulin that I'm taking will dip my blood sugar low, which is not where you want to go, because that's very dangerous. So when you're doing this diet, before, obviously talk to a doctor or a nutritionist first to get their opinion or guidance on it, or maybe adjust your medications if they believe it's necessary. But also keep an eye on your blood sugar levels, and if they start going low, don't be scared to break your fast early. You can break your fast early. You can, you can just not fast as long that day or whatever. And if it's a consistent issue that you're constantly going into the lows, it's actually a good sign, because your sensitivity to your insulin is showing to be increased when that happens. So what you need to do at that point is rediscuss with your doctor again to readjust your medication dosages so that you're not adding as much insulin into your body and you're not going into those lows as frequently. The goal is to get off of the insulin altogether. Um, and to do that, you'll see lows as you reduce your insulin levels. So again, just make sure you're talking to your doctor, you're having good communication, and you're keeping an eye on your sugar levels. If they go low, eat some sugar, drink some sugar, do whatever you need to do um, to keep that sugar from going way too low, because a low sugar can kill you, and that's definitely not what you want to happen. Anyway, this is getting to be a longer video. I try to keep them to 10, and I'm at 15. So anyway, I hope you have a good day, and I'll post another one tomorrow, I guess. See if anything changes. Thanks. Bye.